Yeah, I mean, what I would say is the signings that we've brought in have been brilliant in training. I think the coaching staff, the training is every day getting better and improving. And I think the players that we brought in have really brought something to the group. And then I suppose time will tell on that front how big the improvement is. We're only going to see that in games, but we've got a great foundation and a great team to hopefully challenge in every single game. And yeah, starting at this weekend on Sunday against a tough opponent, I think our team's in a good position to hopefully try and take 3 points from it.
Thank you, Mike. Next, we'll go to Michelle Kaufman. Michelle, you're off mute.
Hi, Lewis. Nice to see you. Can you tell us, to the casual fan who's out there, who's going to watch the game on Sunday, how is the attack going to look different, do you think, than last year? Phil talked about, he's talked a lot about Robbie Robinson and you and Rodolfo working together with Gonzalo up high. Can you tell us just a little bit about how you think the offense will look different this year, and specifically also what Robbie is bringing to the front? Thank you.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we can definitely improve on last year is just goal scoring, scoring more goals. And I think with the players you've mentioned there, Michelle, we've got players who all like to score goals and all know how to. I think one thing I would say is it's not just those four players that we're going to be counting on in attack. We've got attacking fullbacks now that are going to help join in. We've got midfielders coming from deep. I think we've got 7 or 8 players maybe that are going to be really influential in that area of the pitch. And as you said, Robbie's always been someone who has got great talent, and I think everything going well, he's going to repay the faith this year. He's great in training every single day, and he's learning all the time, and the coach is speaking highly of him for a reason. It's because he's a very talented player, and hopefully we can operate nice and fluently as a front four, and then the players behind that backing that up as well.
Thank you, Michelle. Next, we'll go to Kobe Price, followed by Franco Panizo, and then Mike Hugno. Kobe, you're off mute.
Thanks, Jackie. Hey, Lewis, how's it going?
What's going on, Kobe? How are you?
Doing solid. Wanted to ask, now that you've actually have 2 questions for you. So Boss, the first one. Now that you've been around Phil for a while, how would you, I guess, describe him as a coach? What kind of coach would you say he is?
Yeah, he's very hands-on. I think him and his coaching staff are very, very detailed and thorough in their preparation. They're very clear. They've got an identity in how they want to play, and it leaves us players with no doubt as what's expected of us when we're going onto the field. And he's been great with me. He's been great with all the guys, and I think everyone's just loving working under him at the moment.
And we just finished speaking with Gonzalo. He mentioned that didn't have the kind of year he wanted last year in 2020. Kind of suffered, struggled, had a hard time adjusting to the league. Obviously, you didn't go through that. You had a great season, but we've seen a lot of international players come in, have that struggle the first year. What is it about MLS that can be, a little more difficult, I guess, to adjust to and to learn about?
Yeah, I think it's hard for me to speak for Gonzalo. The UK game and the game out here is pretty similar, so maybe I didn't really have adaptation issues, but coming from a top league in the Serie A to this league, no one can doubt the quality that he brings to the team. And yeah, if he was saying that he was finding time adjusting, it just takes players when they move to different clubs a few games. Obviously, with everything going on last year, it might have been even harder. But I don't think anyone really in our team would say that they were at their best last year. And I definitely include myself in that. So we've all recognised that. We all want to put that right, and we're all motivated going into this weekend to hopefully start off a great season for this club.
Thank you, Kobe. Franco, you're off mute.
Thanks again, Jackie. Hey, Lewis, how are you, brother? Just two quick ones for you. The first is, how do you guys feel physically? Obviously, you've had a long preseason, and you guys were in camp even before preseason officially started, but you haven't gotten many games against other opposition. So how do you guys feel physically? Are you still working your way towards 100%? And the second one is, during the scrimmage, you guys started in a 4-2-3-1. At times, it morphed into a 4-3-3 with you and Robbie going pretty high and Rodolfo dropping a little bit further back. How do you guys feel in that look, and what is Phil asking of you tactically when you do move into a higher position of the field? Thanks, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, going on the formation, obviously it's a formation that probably 100% of us have played. I think everyone's comfortable in it. As you say, it gives us the freedom to drop Rodolfo in to get the ball, and obviously we know Gonzalo also likes to be involved in the build-up. So whenever he's dropping in, Phil's asking me and Robbie to make sure we're stretching the game in behind. And yeah, obviously we'd planned on playing more pre-season friendlies, and just for whatever reason it didn't work. But we've been working hard in the training field every single day. I suppose it's hard to see really where you're at until the games start coming. But everyone's so eager to get going on Sunday, and there's no excuses as to not having an ideal pre-season. We've been working and we've been waiting since November 20th or whenever we played Nashville to get back on the field, and everyone's just ready to go now.
Thank you. Next, we will go to Nick Mashiter. Nick, you're off mute.
Hi, Lewis. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, all right, thank you, mate. I just wanted to ask you sort of about internationals in Scotland, really, and kind of if you've had much feedback from Steve Clarke at all over the last year. It's been a while, obviously, since you've sort of been involved. So I just wondered what the situation might be as you understand it, really, and what, you know, international ambitions do you still hold?
Yeah, obviously last year was just a difficult year. I was going to be involved in one of the camps early on, and then with obviously travel restrictions, COVID restrictions, it really wasn't viable. Logistically, I think I wasn't the only player. I think we also had Johnny Russell at Sporting Kansas, who was in a similar position. And since then, it's really just been the same script. It's just not been ideal for players out here, and obviously with us being out of season, the last qualifiers, I knew I wasn't really going to be involved because there's not been much game time from us. But yeah, definitely going forward. I mean, from now, I'm going to be in my season on Sunday. So as of Sunday, I just need to perform every single week, every single game for Miami, because I've said it many times before, playing for your national team is probably the biggest honour a player can have. And it's definitely a goal that I have to force myself back into that setup. And I know I'm more than capable of doing it.
Thank you, Nick. We'll take one more question from Dairon Quiroz. Dairon, you're off mute. Dairon, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I am. I was already speaking. Thank you, Jackie. Lewis, nice to meet you. Dairon Quiroz for BDM Radio. I wanted to ask you, how has your role changed in the squad? Like in last year with Diego Alonso, we used to see you deep in the right line, like a winger, but playing as well in the middle. Today, we saw you there too. I don't think that with that much game in the middle, but I wanted to ask you if there is a difference respecting the last year, and how you feel comparing with last season as well, starting this new second season for you.
Yeah, I mean, any forward player's job is to score and create goals, so I don't think I'm being asked anything different in terms of that. Each coach has their own philosophy and way of getting forward players into scoring positions and like dangerous areas in the pitch, and that's where the difference will be, where maybe Diego was asking me to play a little bit wider and Phil was maybe wanting me to get more involved and be almost on that last line. And yeah, everything's just built around being able to create and assist and score goals in the final third. And I'm working with a manager and a coaching staff that I know will be able to get the best out of me in that regard. And I just, every single year I need to improve, and this year's no different. So I'm looking forward to hopefully get my numbers up this year and helping this club go forward.
Thank you, Dairon. Lewis, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jackie.